Well, first of all, thanks for coming. Just want to acknowledge the fact that it's Veterans Day and just how much we appreciate and respect and everything that those that serve do for us, those that have served, and just not only today but every day. Just how much we appreciate them. Appreciate the great group that came out tonight. Thought that was a good turnout for a non-conference game, and we appreciate the support from our community. Hats off to Murray State. I just felt like they were the grittier team tonight, which doesn't sit well with any of us. That's something that we want to be able to hang our hat on night in and night out. And we've done such a tremendous job of that in our exhibitions. And so, we'll be better because of it for sure. I think, as we watch film and just self-reflect, we'll see some areas that maybe they were a little bit more aggressive than we were. Really proud of our players. I felt like, obviously, the first half I thought we played some really good basketball. Second half, didn't shoot the ball nearly as well, had some breakdowns, but probably the thing I'm most proud of is the last 2.5 minutes of the game. We had a huddle situation, and I just said, we'll see how much we've grown in the last 6 months. And it's really cool that the fact that they could, stare adversity in the face and said, not tonight, not tonight. We're going to find a way to get it done. And I am obviously, Mama made some big plays, and Aijha had a big game for us. But, it's mission first team always, and whatever it takes on any given night. And just really proud of their effort and their resiliency. That's something that we've talked a lot about as a team. We've got to be resilient. Events are going to happen throughout the course of the game. How are we going to respond? And it's going to determine the outcome. And I thought our girls did a really good job of that tonight as well.
Pingeton, you mentioned the second half where the offense kind of spurred a little bit. I was just kind of curious what you thought went into that. It seemed like at times you're just kind of missing layups and then kind of easy shots.
It did seem that way, didn't it? I don't know if fatigue was part of it. We tried to back off the last couple days because these girls have been busting their butts. They've been working their tails off. And, we understand this is a marathon, not a sprint, and the importance of making sure we've got fresh legs. And, I probably should have went a little bit deeper into the bench in the second half. That's probably an area that I need to do a better job of because I think, a 30-second break, a minute break, even when they feel like they've got the endurance to continue to stay out there, I think the fresh legs makes a world of a difference. So I probably got to go a little bit deeper into our bench. That would probably have helped some of that second half where I thought maybe fatigue was a little bit of a factor.
How does a close game like this really set the tone for the rest of the season?
We're just one game at a time for sure. Like I said, I thought that last 2 minutes were a defining moment for us in an early season. And again, we know that it's a marathon, not a sprint, and there's going to be adversity, and there's going to be some highs and lows and great wins and tough losses. But what they did, the way they looked me in the eye in that last 2 minutes in that huddle, I felt pretty good about it. We didn't waver. We bent, but we didn't break. We understood what we needed to get done, and at the end of the day, it's mission first, team always, and we found a way to get it done. Again, against a very gritty, fundamentally sound, very well-coached Murray State team.
Could you describe how impactful that sequence was in the fourth quarter where Mama takes charge and then hits a three right after that?
I thought it was huge. I mean, we talk about that all the time, those charge plays, how they can be momentum changers, game changers. Those are winning plays. Those are toughness. Those are grittiness. And those plays can change a game. And I thought that certainly was the case. And obviously a great shot, big shot for Mama.
Aijha Williams, she just went 15 minutes tonight. I know she's not back in the half, but going forward, do you think the team is still searching for that second big if she can't go, or is it more like when she's out, you're going to go with smaller packages?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's just matchups, to be honest with you. I think, Micah's coming along. I think when Jayla gets back, she'll bring a different kind of presence for us. She's been back in practice the last week or so, and that is one strong girl. She can move some people. I think if we get Sky and Nisi healthy, that's going to help a lot. But I also think it's just matchup driven. when they had their big out and, they're spreading the court, it's kind of like a chess match. Do we keep our big and go inside, or we try to match up? What are we struggling with on the offensive end, the defensive end? And so I think there's a lot of different directions you can go with it. And Day is going to be just fine. Day is going to be just fine. I mean, she's been back with us for probably consistent practice, probably, I don't know, what would you guys say, 2.5, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been that long. So for her to have the timing that she does right now, after being out for 6 months, I mean, that's pretty impressive right there. So Day is the least of my concerns. She's a big-time player, and I think she'll just continue to elevate.
Mama, how did your mentality of the game change as it kind of went on? Because you had a career night, and how did it change from start to finish?
I don't know. I just knew the team needs me, and I just had to do it. And if it's not okay, then I will try to fix it and go to the gym and keep shooting. But that was my mindset.
Are there any other questions for Coach?
Yeah.
It's fine. We're good.
Well, in terms of defense, I know you talked a lot about that a couple weeks ago, just kind of getting started back and improving that way. But I mean, of course, 15 turnovers tonight. I mean, were there any positives you could take from the performance defensively?
There's definitely going to be positives in there. We've got a standard that we talk about, and we've worked our tails off for 6 months, and that's what I kept telling these guys. That we can guard harder than what we did, and we just. And again, they move the ball well. They move people, ball reversals, back screens. I mean, they execute their offense very well. But I think there's plenty of areas that we can clean up. Got beat on the drive. We didn't guard our yard with the post play. Sometimes we doubled. We didn't need to. Just some things that I thought could have been a lot better in some of those possessions. But yeah, there's a lot of positives. There's a lot of positives on both ends. And you know what? There's a lot of things that we got to get better at too. It's the first game of the season, and I think we're in a good spot. We'll grow, we'll get better, we'll watch film to learn and see what we did well and see where we need to improve at.
Coach, you put Mama and Izzy on the floor at the same time a lot tonight, and I wanted to ask, is that something that you plan to utilize pretty often? Because I know that they play the same position, and what changes when both of them are on the floor?
Yeah, I just, when those two are on the court at the same time, I think it allows us to, try and get Izzy a few more shots in that off-guard spot. I think Mama had to go through it last year as a freshman point guard, and it's a lot. If we can take that pressure off her, I really like actually Troop, maybe as our backup point guard right now. She doesn't have the speed or quickness, but she's just high basketball IQ and plays with great pace. But we've got some different options. We got to get Lauren going. Lauren, is such a great player, and she's going to be huge for us. And I just think early on, whether you're pressing, you want it so bad. Sometimes you got to take a deep breath. But we've got options. I thought Sarah Rose came in and gave us good minutes. Kaya didn't get a lot of minutes, but that's a kid that we're going to be counting on. She's just such an elite defender, and so. Again, it's early. We're still testing the waters a little bit. I think there's a lot of different rotations you can go with.
How big was Haley Frank down the stretch? It didn't seem like she had her best first 3 quarters, but she really turned it on in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think you got to give Murray State some credit for that. I thought they really did a good job and made it hard for her to get some good looks. They guard her well. She shoots the ball extremely well. One of the top shooters in the country. Why, would you give her any looks? And I thought they did a good job of really making it challenging for her. But she's such a team first. It's not about her points. It has nothing to do with that. You're not going to see Frankie take some tough, bad shots. We want her to be aggressive. We want her to be assertive, but she's going to do whatever the team needs to do, and I thought she did that tonight.
Aijha, how did you react when some of the underclassmen started making plays like Mama and like Izzy too?
Look, honestly, but they're really understanding our vision this season. They understand what happened last year, and I'm so proud of Mama. I just want to say that right now. It was big time. She stepped up from last year, and yeah, I'm so proud of her. And Izzy.
I know near the end of the game, it kind of looked like you're kind of humble a little bit. I mean, how are you feeling right now, especially after something like that?
Feeling good. About to head to that cold tub though. So yeah.
How was the crowd atmosphere like impacting the game for you?
I think, especially late, they got loud for us. I mean, having that sixth man, and every team talks about it in the country. They do. But it makes a difference. And, we've been really blessed with some great loyal fans over the years. They've been with us with some big, big wins and some tough losses. But I felt like down the stretch, when we really needed them the most, I don't usually hear the fans. I don't know why, but I don't hear them. But down the stretch, I heard them. Did you guys hear them?
Yes.
Yeah, and I thought that was huge. So we really appreciate that. We'd love to get that student section out, though.
I need that.
Yeah, we need those students, so we'll continue to see what we can do to elevate that.
So Auburn lost to the Georgia Southern team tonight. I mean, you're always going to get the best shot of a non-conference team like this. How do you think your team responded, especially to this?
There's no doubt. I coached at a mid-major, okay? And, we beat teams that we had no business beating. Purdue, Illinois, Indiana, UCLA. Like, we lived for these games. You go as a coach, it's a really easy pregame talk. They've got everything to lose, everything to gain and nothing to lose. I've been on the other side. I know what that's like. And good for them. Good for them. They put it all out there. They let it all hang out. And, I think, in the non-conference, when you play mid-majors, I've got a lot of respect for mid-majors, a lot of respect. Our motto is respect all, fear nobody. And if you don't, you're going to end up getting beaten. I mean, there's just a lot of really good, and I think a lot of times you get those kids in mid-majors that were maybe 3 stars or 4 stars, super fundamentally sound, not about the flash, not about the sexy, but just gritty, hard-nosed, fundamentally sound, team first, and I thought they played really well. I really did. I was impressed with them.
How has your trust kind of built over time with your team? Kind of feel like your back's against the wall, being on the other side of playing against the smaller schools, had you guys on the ropes. How do you make sure to ensure your players that you trust them to do what needs to be done?
Yeah, you know what? That's a great question, and I'll tell you what, we've come a long way in the last 6 months. We've gone through some things, and I love this team. It is such a great feeling to wake up in the morning and think, I get to go to battle with this team. And we feel that way as a coaching staff. They've done everything we've asked of them. I mean, they're given everything they got. It's a really fun team to coach, and it's not always going to go our way. There's going to be a game that, it doesn't go our way. But I'll go to battle with these guys any day of the week. It's going to be a fun year. I'm excited.